Hey everyone, my name is Terry Brown and I am your instructor for global business. And I love this topic, so I'm super excited to be teaching this class with you this semester. So, welcome to everyone on this very cold Friday morning. Hope you're all staying warm. Just a little bit about myself. I have been teaching here for about 8 years, a little over 8 years. I love to travel. In my previous life, when I worked at Schneider National, I had the opportunity to travel quite a bit. I worked on our startup for a GM Canada business and was up in Oshawa, in Quebec, a couple of times, which was great learning for me from a cultural perspective. I also did a climate assessment in Mexico City, which was also really, really interesting to be able to do that as part of my HR function with that company. And then also, I did our startup in the Czech Republic. We had an office in Olomouc, and I spent a number of weeks there working on our startup in that office. So I love to travel. My first travel encounter was a trip to Argentina for a study abroad program through UW Green Bay over the J session. So it was a 3 week, 2 to 3 week travel 2 week probably travel through Argentina. My instructor was actually from Argentina, so that was really great. It was over New Year's and the first couple weeks of January. Spent time in Buenos Aires, Cordoba, and Mar del Plata. So a really great experience for us. Lots of learning and enjoyed that. Once I started at NWTC, I kind of figured my international travel was probably over, but that was far from the case. I've done an exchange program with another instructor in the Netherlands, where I lived there for 2 weeks in Breda and learned about their education system there. I've been able to travel to Belgium and France and lots of different places in my travels. I joined a study abroad program to Dublin and London with the paralegal program just to see what that was all about. Paid my way through that and really enjoyed that. Took my mom along actually. Learned a lot about the legal system in Europe and lots of cultural things from both countries that I thoroughly enjoyed. I also led the Brazil study abroad program with the supply chain management group in this past May, which again was a great cultural learning and business learning for me. I've never been to Brazil, so that was a great experience. And I have led the China study abroad program twice. This May will be our third excursion to China. I'm super excited for that. The deadline for registration is February 6th, so I'll put a big plug in for that. You can get college credit for going over the summer. You can either use it for your career experience or for your diversity class. Both are options for the study abroad program. We are planning on going to Hong Kong. We are planning on seeing the Foxconn facility in Shenzhen, I think, in southern China, which is the Foxconn that makes iPhones and Nintendos, and it's the largest one. It employs about 250,000 people, I think. I'm super excited to see that small city as a factory. Their company is a small city, actually a big city by our standards. Then we're going to be heading over to Dali City at the foothills of the Himalayan mountains and learning a lot of cultural and sustainable business practices from that area and seeing a lot of history. And then we'll be heading to Leshan, which is in the Sichuan province. Very good food. Super excited about that. That's my favorite part. I love eating. But we get to meet with students in that college and connect with some of the students. We get to see the giant Buddha, which is a historic site to see for sure. We get to climb Mount Ume, which is also amazing. But really that week we get to live a little bit like a local, which I really enjoy. And then from there, we'll be going to Chengdu for the last couple days of our program, and we'll be seeing the Sichuan opera and the panda bears and kind of finishing our excursion there. So, and then heading back. I'm super excited about this program. A little bit different twist than the last two. But so excited for what we're going to see and do. So if you're interested in joining us for that, it's a once in a lifetime experience. You can use your financial aid dollars on it, or any scholarship dollars that you receive on it. There is a payment plan, so lots of different options for funding. We've had people do some fundraisers to help with spending money and things like that. So lots of things that you can do. If you're interested, please see me. So just to give you a little bit of insight in our course, you're going to open up in the Begin Here section this time. I feel like that's just makes sense. Begin here. And the syllabus is located here. And I'm going to pull that up right now. So for business, global business, this is the textbook that we're using for global business. I do ask you to have a web phone or a webcam or a phone with a camera. Laptops usually have this. Tablets work as well. You can use your smartphone, and the school also has laptops to borrow. So lots of options here, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. And then our competencies are here, what we're going to be working on, and my late penalties, things like that. But then this is really what we're going to be working on. There's a couple of major projects in here. One is a currency assignment, which you're going to be doing every week. Sorry about that. Which you'll be working on every week starting next week. So I'll get you into the currency assignment. That is kind of a fun thing. You track your currency and the currency fluctuations over time, which I think is an interesting experience to see. And then we'll be talking about why some of those currencies change and fluctuate. You'll be doing a global blog, and I love that part. It brings in the cultural and kind of the current events that might be happening in the area. So I highly recommend kind of digging into a country of your choice and learning a little bit more about it, and then creating this blog. So more to come on that. I'll give you some more information in the next couple weeks on that. There is a final exam. It's an essay. It's 10 questions. It's really a review. It's open book. You get 2 weeks to do it. So no stress over that final exam, but definitely something that needs to get done at the end. And then your final project will be a research project where you're really assigned to do some research analysis on entering a country with a company, and what might be some of the considerations that you have to do and make for that. Okay, so the book will be following really, it's for the most part 1 chapter a week. I double up here a couple of the weeks with political and legal forces and economic and financial forces. The chapters aren't too big, but these kind of go together, so it makes sense. But otherwise, I try to keep them individual. There's Learn Smart and Connect assignments. Starting this week, your Connect assignments double up with the chapters. So the Connect assignment will be for chapters 5 and 6. There'll be 1 assignment for chapters 7 and 8. There's 1 assignment due for chapters 9 and 10. 11, 14, and 12, and 13. You'll see that in the actual learning plans, so it's not confusing. It shouldn't be confusing anyway. We'll be doing a combination of Flipgrids and discussion boards for our class, so it's a little bit of both. The Flipgrid rubric and the discussion board rubric is attached, and information about Flipgrid is listed here. I am a firm believer of getting to know my students in my class, and online doesn't mean anonymous. Online just means that you have the convenience of doing this at any time of the day based on your schedule. So we still do have a communication aspect that we need to continue to work on, and technology is increasingly evolving to help us with that, and Flipgrid is one of the tools that is out there for us to use. So we'll be using that, and I thoroughly enjoy it because I get to see you. There's nothing worse than graduation day when you walk across the stage and I've had you in 3 or 4 online classes and never got a chance to meet you. So this helps me connect with you better, and I really believe that if you know me and I know you at a different level, you'll be a lot more successful and we'll have a much better interaction together. So plus it helps me assess your communication skills, which is something that as an instructor I need to do. So that's why we do it. Flipgrid, I believe, is owned by Microsoft now. They've done a recent upgrade on security, which was very cumbersome over the summer, but now much easier to use. But rest assured that elementary schools use this. It's about as secure as anything can be on the internet. You log into Blackboard first. You log in with your student ID into Flipgrid because I've entered it, and you use my Flipgrid code to access it. So somebody needs to be able to get your credentials to log into Blackboard, have your student ID, and have the class ID in order to be able to get in and see anything. So there's several points of entry that make it very difficult, or barriers to entry, for anyone outside the internet to just get in. And after the class is over, I delete all of the responses and they're gone. So I've had a few people concerned about videos online in the past, but it's about as secure as anything can be, and it's functioned right directly through Blackboard. Okay, there's actually two ways that you can use Flipgrid. You can use it in Blackboard, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, or you can use it on your phone. There is an app on your phone called Flipgrid, and a lot of students like to use that, so that's an option for you. The syllabus assignment is right here. Student Support Services video is there. NWTC Writing Lab and the alert system is there, and then a little bit about Starfish. And then there's a link to get you to class materials. After about a week, I'll just send you probably 2 class materials so that you can see kind of where we're at. These are my office hours, Mondays and Thursdays. Right now, I am in the office all day Tuesday. So I start in Sturgeon Bay and end in Green Bay from 8:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night. So if on Tuesdays you need to touch base with me, shoot me a message, because I can jump out of a class or catch you in between classes, if that is helpful to you. So we'll be using McGraw-Hill Connect. To access McGraw-Hill Connect, you go right into the learning plan and you select one of the assignments, and it will ask you for your login information and the code. Okay, so that's done right there. In each of these learning plans, I have lots of supplemental material. As I find more interesting things, I'll post it. It's all good for your learning and additions. Your assignments will be listed here as well. So these are the things that are due. And then your Flipgrid will show up like this. So you have Flipgrids and discussion boards. The introduction is in Flipgrid. So all you will do is enter your student ID here. I have entered all of your student IDs, but if you signed in after I did it, your number might not be in there. So just let me know if you can't get in. Once you log in, this is what you'll see. So you're actually in Flipgrid right now in Blackboard. It's really just a Blackboard tool. And I have all of these pre-done from fall, so some of them might indicate summer, so I apologize for that. But basically, they will have either an attachment that I want you to look at, or a video, or something for you to do, and an introduction. So in this case, it says, "Welcome to our classroom grid. This is a space where we'll learn together and share ideas." My post is an example of a poor internet. It's also better to do this when you have good internet, like at work or at school. Not my house. I live out in the country, so my internet's terrible. So sometimes it gets grainy, and this video might even be a little bit grainy because I'm at home today. You get 90 seconds to introduce yourself, so it's not a long discussion. And this is my video with a picture that I put over it. Hey, my name is Terry Brown, and I'd like to welcome you to Global Business Management. So this is a way for you to see me, my room that I'm sitting in right now, and also I'll introduce myself and a little bit about what the assignment is. Not a video for everyone, but that's an example where there is one. And then this is where all the responses will be. So you can, when somebody posts a response, you can reply to that post. Again, just like discussion boards, it's not, "Hey, great post," and smile. I'm expecting something engaging. And I find that if your picture is associated with whatever you're saying, you're far more engaging, and you spend a little bit more time prepping. So the richness of what I'm seeing in Flipgrid is so much better than just a discussion board. So I also find that the discussion boards improve because of the Flipgrid. So it's a combination of things that really work well, because now people know who you are, and there's some accountability, I think, there. So it's good. So all you have to do is hit this record button, and the record button will come up. You might have to allow the mic and the camera on it. And in this case, you can see me in the room that I'm sitting in all my beautiful glory. I'd hit the red button to record. If I do, I'm recording twice and my computer does not like that, so we will not do that again. But you can also upload a video. So let's say you recorded the video in a different venue. You can upload it here by importing the video. You can also change the size of it as well. I don't know what that does exactly. So it'll change the view of it. If I hit record and I don't like it, there's an option to trash it and re-record it. So if you're like, oh, that didn't work for me, I don't like it, you can re-record it. Also, this bar above the top here that you can see is my sound. So if that bar is not moving, you can't hear me. So it's a good indication that you need to re-record it. If you're having trouble, I'm just going to close out of this. If you're having trouble and use your phone, because your phone students find that that is really a good tool, this flip code is the tool that you can enter to get into it off of your phone. And then you can record it and it'll come in this spot as well. So some people really like the phone. I'm more of a computer person, so I don't have it on my phone. But if you're struggling with the webcam on your phone or the sound working on your phone, or on your computer at home, try your phone, because your phone, generally people don't have issues when they use their phone. Sometimes everybody's computer is set up differently and there's maybe more hoops to jump through, but you tend to take a lot of pictures and video on your phone, so it's generally ready to go. And so I highly recommend the phone if you're phone savvy. If you like your computer more like I do, then definitely use your computer. The camera on my phone is way better than the camera on my computer though, so I like how I look better on it, but it's not really about how you look, it's about getting it done. My only recommendation is you can really record this anywhere as long as you're decent, and I would sit up and I guess look nice. I mean, you don't have to be dressed up, but I've had videos where people are in their pajamas and stuff. As long as it's, like I said, decent and appropriate, I don't really care. The final presentation, I would like you dressed up a little bit. I just don't want you laying on the couch and looking like you don't care. So sit up by the computer, look nice, as if you were in class, and I think that's plenty fine. So anyway, so that's me. That's a little bit about our class. More to come. I try to push a little bit more videos out to you guys so you can see me and hear me, and I can explain things to you, so you should hear from me probably once a week. That's my goal. Sometimes the computer doesn't cooperate with me, and but that's my goal. So have a good week, stay warm, and we'll talk to you later.